Rob Lawrence.
Okay. Well, you have emails from you? Yeah.
More than likely, and letters, yeah. Basically, I'm just here to say I got to have notes because I get really nervous and shaken.
Okay.
And basically, I'd not really to have a discussion because I can't remember a lot of facts, especially when I get nervous. I just want to ask you a few questions for myself and care no matters to you and my Facebook page, We Love Cornwall. I'm not going to sort of respond to the questions. I just want you to answer them, if that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering, do you feel, as many thousands of Cornish folk, including myself, do, that you have betrayed Cornwall by voting for Devonwall?
I haven't voted for Devonwall.
I got informed that all 5 MPs, apart from Steve Double.
There's no vote on it. There hasn't been a vote on it.
So, are you in favour of it or against it?
I'm not. I would much rather not have Devonwall. But this is legislation that was passed last Parliament.
What was the meeting at Parliament last week?
There was a private members' bill on reducing the number of MPs from 650 to 600.
Right.
So that was about the number of MPs.
Do you not have a say in it then? I thought they voted. I thought they voted last Friday for or against it.
They voted on whether the private members' bill should go on further.
Yeah.
On the number of MPs.
So Cheryl Murray voted in favour of Devonwall, hasn't she? And I think Steve. No.
The vote was about changing the number of MPs from 650 to 600.
Yeah, I understand that.
The Devonwall wasn't in there.
Well, that's what Steve Double was talking about, wasn't it? He was talking about an impassionate plea not to have Devonwall because of Cornwall being Cornwall and not part of England, and Cheryl Murray kept interrupting him and asking what part of his constituency was being involved in Devonwall, and he said it doesn't matter. It's a Cornish matter.
Okay, well, firstly, I wasn't there because I come home on Fridays to do this, and secondly, it's a private members' bill about the number of MPs.
Yeah.
So if Devonwall got mentioned,
the cross-border constituency, are you in favour of it or not? Because I've been informed and seen it that all 5 of the MPs are for Devonwall and they're not going to vote against it and they're not going to argue against it.
So we are arguing against it.
Why haven't you turned up at Poleston Bridge for the demonstration? Why haven't you turned up to the Boundary Commission at County Hall and defend?
Well, firstly, I wasn't in Cornwall on that Sunday when you did the demonstration.
Right.
And to be honest, I wouldn't have driven from
like I did.
Boroughs. Well, that's fine, but what you've got is legislation to change the number of MPs.
Yeah, I understand that.
That was passed by the Conservatives and Liberal Democrats.
Right.
They both voted together on that.
Yeah, I understand that.
The Boundary Commission, which is your argument, your argument is that the Boundary Commission, not the government, have worked it out so that it goes into Devon. Right? I've looked at figures, and I had a meeting like this last week. We can't achieve the number of people into 5 or 6 MPs in Cornwall City.
With the number of people, what about the 52,000 new homes being built?
That's a really good point. So I agree. I think that's in our favour because this happens every 5 years. This review.
Yeah.
When the houses are built and occupied, then my firm belief is that the boundary will just move back. When we talk about constituency,
I'm talking about because we've been granted our national minority status under the Convention of the Framework, etc., etc. There's no legal or good reason why people in North Cornwall should be part of a constituency with Devon. That's taken away from their national minority status, and that's disgusting.
So that's where I don't. So I've spoken to a number of people about this. What I fail to understand, I admit that it's my failing. Is as an MP, and I've said this before, we represent individuals. So I represent people in North City and our job is we have constituents.
Yeah, I understand.
And I don't think constituents will get a lesser service by sharing their MP with Devon.
There's a lot of people that would disagree with you there.
What if we were saying, let's start delivering services, combining services. So So, for example, if the government said, let's join Cornwall with Devon Council, then that would be completely different.
Right.
Let's join the NHS with Devon, that would be completely different. Let's join the ADP with Devon, that would be different. Because
I can understand.
That is about making the border soft and fluid.
But the problem is, you've got the people in view. They're going to have to go across into England, which is a separate identity. We are the Duchy. We are ruled by Prince Charles, and England is under the Queen. They'd have to go across the border into another country, and I do firmly believe that Cornwall is its own duchy in its own place, to see their MP that's based in England. That's not quite acceptable, is it?
Well, I would just. Well, we part company there because I have a queen, not a king, and I live in Cornwall. So I do not.
You have a duke if you live in Cornwall. You're under the duchy.
So the queen has
duchy.
no jurisdiction?
No, she doesn't. She absolutely categorically doesn't. Which brings me to one more point.
Well, I just don't. I've looked at it and I can't see what happened.
Okay, why did you not read and digest the letter from Craig Weatherhill to you, which gave you lots of facts and points and reasons why your statement regarding Devonwall shows you've never attempted to address the fundamental constitutional and legal differences between Cornwall and Devon, which makes the whole ridiculous idea of Devonwall untenable. Have you read?
I have read it, but I just don't understand. I just don't share the same
facts.
Understanding.
Facts. You don't share the same facts because Craig's a very well-read man. He's a very clever man, and there's no insult. There's no being rude. But he gave you the facts and the figures and why. But so why did you not? Did you respond to Craig?
I have no idea. I responded to later.
Right, but you didn't read or digest the information then when you gave your
speech.
What
you're saying is,
when you gave your speech opposing regarding Devonwall.
What speech was this?
Your statement regarding Devonwall. I'm not quite sure which statement, but I know that you made a statement regarding Devonwall, and I'm not quite sure which one. I'm not quite sure, but you never attempted to address the fundamental constitutional and legal differences between Devon and Cornwall. So you admitting you don't understand why people are so angry with you and the other local MPs?
If the legislation was put in place 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Which created this problem. We are working within that legislation, or we're not.
But you can argue against it. You're making no effort to argue against it.
Well, that's not true.
Can you just tell me what effort you're making to argue against it, and what effort are you making to defend Cornwall and oppose Devonwall? What are you actually doing to oppose Devonwall, please?
So the Electoral Commission are putting together their proposals. Okay, that's what we're talking about now.
Yeah.
I've met with government to see what can be done to change legislation so that we can have 5 or 6 MPs in Cornwall. The problem is the numbers don't work out. At the moment, this time round, the numbers don't work out.
So we're going to change the constituency, then when we get the 52,000 new houses that we don't really want or don't really need, but that's another matter. That's another matter. Yeah, we'll agree on that bit. But we're going to have more people down in Cornwall than... Sorry, I'm getting nervous. We're going to have more people down here than what we've got now, so we can have...
I agree.
I mean, we're not arguing against getting rid of an MP. Get rid of an MP, but some more clever people than myself have just ruled it about and put this place with that place, where 5 people will actually work. We don't want to...
So you're right, that does work. And so it is possible to do that. Because we looked at this week. We need the legislation to allow about 2,000 extra people across 5. The problem is, do you live in the house with anyone else? Anyone else who votes?
My wife and my wife,
okay, So the way that those figures work, it literally would mean you would be in one constituency and your wife would be in another. And we can't have that, presumably.
No, you can't have that.
So that's within changing to have 5 MPs.
Right. But so don't you think we can have 5 MPs in Cornwall and keep Cornwall whole? Because do you appreciate why Cornish people see the border as strong, and it goes back to 996?
I agree.
And the Cornish are separate to the English.
So we don't part company on that. And when I drive over the Tamar coming into Cornwall, it's a fantastic feeling, and I felt that every time.
Vice versa, yeah.
So it's fantastic. There's nothing like it. And I was driving over there yesterday, exactly the same yesterday morning. So I don't disagree with that. What I've failed to understand, and this is honest, honest view of mine, is why most people couldn't give a who their MP is or what the constituency is. Most people
You're right on that.
Most people on the House of Lizard have no idea they're in the St Ives constituency. They're not interested. Most people don't know who their MP is.
I'll grant you that, yeah.
So why is a constituency border that will change every 5 years from now on because of legislation? Honestly, tell me this, how does that genuinely change the Cornish border? Because you'll still have the same feeling driving over the table.
Because it's a border. I know it's a cross constituency thing. It's like the people. I'm defending the people in Bude and the North Cornwall people that are going to have to go into England, which to us is a separate country, a separate entity.
Only if that's what the MP chooses to do. I come to here. I live in St Murray, and I don't expect you to come to St Murray.
Well, I'll come there to do that, but
what I'm saying is, the MP should be available to their constituents.
Yeah.
There's no. Why should the MP force people from Bude to have to go into?
Because they're different people. They're different. The English and the Cornish. We are proven to be different people.
I'm saying you said that people in Bude would have to go to England to see their MP, but that. I wouldn't have thought that's a strong argument, but the MP should come to you.
Or the MP can come to you. It's the joint constituency that we're worried about, and you shouldn't be breaking Cornish borders.
I think that. So this is where I'm stumped.
Right.
Politicians who are the least appreciated people on the planet.
Yeah.
Suddenly we become so important that where we exist is going to compromise the Cornish border. That's where I don't understand it.
It is, because we were at Polson Bridge and we were saying keep Cornwall whole, and we want the Cornish people to just have a Cornish constituency.
The Cornish border is the border.
Yeah, but this is crossing it. This is crossing it, and we're going to. So I get flustered and get a bit nervous, but.
But do you know, because I've had this conversation with lots of people.
Yeah, I bet you have.
But no, and it's perfectly reasonable. I actually, it completely makes sense to me to have constituencies within the Cornish border.
Yeah.
But the problem is, the ambitious plan of the Cornish people is to change legislation that affects the whole of the UK to accommodate one constituency.
Well, we just want the same rights as Wales has got and Scotland has got, and is it the Isle of Man and Orkney Islands where they've got a deviation of about 5% or something like that? And I don't see why we can't be given that 5% deviation. It's just over 5% at the moment.
That's not impossible to achieve, and that's the discussion we're having now.
Yeah.
But the issue with Scotland and Wales is they're bigger population, so it's easy to.
But they're still their own separate identity, which the Cornish are as well. Do you understand why there's so many thousands of Cornish people that are really, really angry about this? Do you understand that there are a lot of people that are really against the MPs, especially Cheryl Murray at the moment?
I understand. I know that's true.
Yeah.
But I believe in the integrity of the Cornish border as well.
Yeah.
What I don't understand is why a constituency boundary that will move every 5 years will compromise the integrity of the border.
Well, we've had our border for like over 1,000 years.
Yeah,
I know what you're trying to say. I'm not actually very good at arguing.
Is that going to change?
Well, it will, yes, because it's the constituency border. But anyway, I'm
that's right.
Yeah.
I'm doing. So I had a really interesting meeting with a chap last Friday in London. He gave me some maths, some sums.
Yeah, this is where I get flustered.
No, it's fine. So I did some work over this week to look at it. It's really tricky to do, just to make the figures work.
Yeah.
But basically, 2,000 people too many right now, which could be, I'd say.
Yeah. Someone mentioned I was silly in the numbers.
Upset.
Yeah.
If I said,